Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. You have probably heard of Wingspan if you're much of a gamer, and if you haven't, that is totally okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit about it today. This game is really fun. Now, there's a lot that goes into a game, and one of the main things I think is the theme. You know, how it feels as you're playing it. Does it feel enjoyable? Like the theme and just the overall experience. It's not just about the mechanics of the game, the pieces, this and that. But Wingspan does a good job of combining all these different things where it is simple and straightforward once you get the hang of it. But it's got a lot of different variety of choices that you can make, which I think that's the other thing that makes for a really great game is those choices. Oh, do I want to do this? Do I want to lay eggs on this bird because that's important for this? Or, oh, do I want to do this, grab some more cards because if I get that one bird, then I can do this and get a lot of points for that. That is awesome. That's what makes for a good game, and this is simple enough to understand, dive on into, understand what you're going for, but still give you those hard decisions. So Wingspan is a great game. Let's dive on into what it is. Alright, so just looking at what you get here, you have these different booklets. You've got the appendix, the overall rules, and in the automa, if you're playing a solo game, you can use that as well as these cards right here. So there are a few cards that you just use for the solo mode and nothing else. Really straightforward. Then you have all of these other cards, tons and tons of cards. I believe there's 300 some. Every single one is a different bird, and these are just beautiful. One of the best pieces of this game is the artwork and just the beauty of getting it out and playing it. It's just, the pieces are phenomenal. And all of these birds, on each card, they're going to have some different things on them that is going to be pretty obvious and help you play the game. So the top one up here is where they can be played. So there's 3 different things on your player mat, habitats they can be played in. There's the forest, the grassland, and the wetland. And so this one can only be played into the grassland, which may or may not help you. And some birds can be played into multiple, which is really nice. Then you have the cost of this bird. So this bird would cost 1 worm and then 2 seeds to be able to play. And then when you play him, you get to draw 2 new bonus cards and keep 1. That is a really cool thing. It also shows you how many points it's worth, how many eggs it can hold, and what type of nest it has, which may be important for various things. Now these are those bonus cards that we just heard, and so these bonus cards, birds that have at least 1 egg laid on them, you get bonus points. If you have 7 to 8, you get 3 points. If you have 9 or more birds with at least 1 egg on them, you get 6 points. And there's all sorts of different things in the bonus cards that help you out there. One quick thing, just talking about organization, this, I absolutely love this. This lid snaps down on this, and these cards are in here nice and safely, which I really like. This is probably the best storage thing with a game that I've ever had. It's really phenomenal, and you still have all this room to be able to easily get these cards out as well. So I really like that. Thank you very much for doing that. And the lid doubles as the piece that you take, and you get to put 3 face-up cards right here as you're playing the game. So when you're drawing, you can draw blindly, or you can take one of the ones that's out there. Now, the really fun part of the game to a lot of people, and I really enjoy it as well, is this little birdhouse. This is just super duper fun. You have this birdhouse you can put out, and then, let me grab the dice here. You have these dice that are the resource dice, and you get to roll them. Make sure you see it. Roll them into this right here. Whoops. And so you get to roll them into the birdhouse, and that will show you the resources you can take. So you take out a rat, and then you grab one of those from the pile. So here are all the resources. There are 5 different ones. You use those to play birds. Other pieces, you've also got this tile right here. That just shows you who went first that round. Then you have all of these action cubes. Everyone gets 8. You can play solo all the way up to 5, which is a really nice variety. A lot of them only go up to 4, so I appreciate that it goes up to 5. you've got all of these eggs right here. Really, really fun. The colors actually don't matter, but those are just such a fun piece of the game. And then you have these tokens right here, which you're going to draw 4 of those, and then let's grab an easy one. You'll put it on here. So this is going to show you within each round bonus points that you can gain. And so this one right here, this for round 1 means whoever has the most birds in the grasslands will get an additional 4 points. And so you have 4 extra things that you're each trying to beat other people to. Whoever has the second most birds in that grassland would get 1 point, and those change throughout the game. They don't change throughout the game, but round 2 you're looking for a different thing, round 3 you're looking for a different thing, round 4, and so you can kind of plan towards those, and you know what all of those are the entire game. So you can say, oh man, I'm really going to try and win round 4 because that's worth the most points. So really, really fun, really nice extra thing to try and keep an eye on for that as well. And then the last thing, you do have a nice score pad right here, which has the multiplayer side and then the Automa side if you're playing against a computer. My game, I got 79 points and the Automa got 78. So really, really cool balance and difficulty level there. You can make it a little bit easier or a little bit harder. That was on the normal mode for me, so I felt like it was pretty good. I might actually need to do the easy one next time. And here's your board. This is just one of the most beautiful pieces of this game. Just again, a beautiful game to pull out. The whole experience is there. Really, really fun. And so really simple game. You have 4 different actions you can do every turn, and that's it. You have 4 actions. So once you get these down, this game is really, really simple. You can play a bird. So you're going to take an action cube and put it wherever you're going to do your action. So play a bird, you just play it up here, and you pay what the food costs, and then you play your bird. So that's number 1. You gain a food, so you can put your cube here, and then you gain that food, and then you move to the left. So keep that in mind, you move to the left. Because if you have a card here, a bird here, and a bird here, then you'd play that cube right here. So you'd actually gain 2 food, and then you'd move down those cards. Because some of these birds, like this one right here, when activated, if this was here, you'd move your cube down, and then once your cube hits that, when activated, all players lay 1 egg on any bird with this type of nest. You may also lay 1 additional egg on that type of nest. So there's a lot of activation of these cards that makes the decisions hard. Do I want to go here and get all these activation, or do I want to get another bird or get more eggs? So those are the next steps, is you can lay eggs, or you can draw more bird cards. And each of these you get to do more and more the more cards you have in there. And so you go to the far right of wherever your birds end. So if you have 2 birds here, you'd go here. If you have 3 birds here, you'd go just to the right of that. And then you work your way down. So it gives you a lot of bonus activations of those cards and different things as well. So that is the way the game plays. I guess the last thing is, as you have these cubes, you've got 8 actions the first turn. You take one of those and you put them on here to track the bonus points. So you're going to lose 1 action every single turn. So the first one you have 8. The last one you have 7, 6, 5, 4. You only have 4, so you have half of them. 7, 6, 5. You have 5 of them, excuse me. And really, really fun though. Really enjoyable game. Great balance and aspect of just a beautiful game that's fun to pull out. It's a fun game to lose even. I think there's a lot of games where it's just fun to do your own thing, and this is one of them. You don't feel like you're competing as much as some other games where, you know, what other people are doing heavily influences you. You have your own kind of secluded little area that you're just trying to build and do your own thing, and I think that's really an enjoyable aspect of the game too. So hopefully this longer video than I meant to make it gave you a touch and a taste of Wingspan, what it is, what it does, and why it may or may not be right for you. Thanks.